Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but we can't see you.
Because someone called me.
Oh, shit.
Just put him back on.
Welcome to the Life This Week podcast,
Jade, mic 1.
Neil Mike 2.
where each week you'll hear the conversations of real people chatting about the things that matter to all of us.
If you went for a night out with Adele, what would you do?
I would probably take it to the Maltan for a curry.
From the latest shenanigans in Westminster
Boris Johnson told me he wants to go on live TV and get Chris Whitty to inject him. He makes it sound like homoerotic.
Don't find him sexy.
I don't find him sexy at all.
to what we imagine our future will look like,
I'm in the metaverse, we cross paths.
I would embarrass you
But in the virtual world,
in
right?
the virtual world.
That's fair enough, I won't feel it.
as well as the strange things that are affecting our everyday lives.
Boris has been like, I'm going to protect the borders. I'm going to control all the borders. What he actually said is, I'm going to control all your boilers, and people misheard him and voted him in.
All delivered in the most honest way imaginable.
Albert enters the digital realm with 3D avatars.
Are they dead?
No, this can't be asked.
Life This Week, where everyday people make sense of the world we live in.
I thought he was a person, first of all, Elon Musk. And then somebody said, no, it's a fella. He reckons he'll donate 6 billion of Telsa stocks.
Do you mean Tesla?
Yeah,
Yeah, but what is Tesla then?
his stocks.
But what is it?
I don't know.
If they virtual reality
This
then?
isn't, you're on the wrong track completely. This is stocks. You know, like stocks and shares
But what stocks?
in Telsa.
What is Tesla then?
I haven't got a clue.
What a week it's been. Last Friday, Storm Arwen caused chaos throughout the UK, and as the storm hit, news broke that 61 people were trapped in Britain's highest pub, the Tannin, in the Yorkshire Dales. Francis and Mel.
They locked in a pub.
Yeah.
They've got a band there, Snoasis. Or Noasis.
What's it called?
Snoasis, because they did a tribute. They got all the food they want. All the drink they want.
Yeah.
The landlady now, apparently she's been amazing. Apparently now,
Are they sleeping there?
of course they're chucking them out on the bloody moors. Of course they sleep
No,
in there.
have they got beds for them all?
Yes, they've been putting mattresses on the floor. They've been on settees. Apparently now they reckon when the big lorry goes to pick them up, they're going to send them away because they don't want to come out of there.
Never.
That's my dream, that is.
Hey, I wouldn't mind that.
What, you with Snoasis singing all night? You'd have a bloody
No, I'd
stroke.
go to bed.
Well, you couldn't because we'd all be down partying.
Wouldn't you be panicking if you were locked in the back of nowhere? What if the electric failed up there now?
As long as the pumps are working.
The pumps wouldn't go.
Right, well, we can still open bottles, ma'am. We can still open bottles, ma'am.
But you freeze to death.
Ma'am, you wouldn't when you had a drink. Why have you got to think of things like that now? They got the log fires going up there. They got a blood.
How do you know they got a log fire?
Because they showed it.
Well,
they
I
got
haven't
a log
seen that.
fire. They got this band playing for them all weekend.
For free?
Yes.
A real band?
Real
Well, how
band.
the hell did they get them in?
Well, they were there before it happened. They were there watching them that night. And then the snow come in. And then they stayed.
Are you telling the truth now?
You haven't seen it on the news?
No, I can't have the news on, can I?
It's on the highest point in Yorkshire.
Oh, I wouldn't like that. I'd come out.
What, you're going to walk across the moors to
No,
get back?
no.
You couldn't come out, ma'am.
Yeah,
You
but
locked
if
in.
what you shaking your hand in my face for?
Because you're not listening. They can't get in. They're back in, snowed in.
Yeah.
So they can't get out. So you couldn't walk across the moors.
You just said a lorry come in for them.
I said
and I'd make you come with me.
If the lorries are coming for them, they're going to send them away because they're having so much time. That's what
Are
they
they
said.
are they
If you
paying
will
for all
listen-
this?
No, the landladies, because it's like a natural disaster, isn't it?
Well, it's going to cost her a few bob then.
Well, that's what you call kindness, ma'am. That's what you call kindness.
Oh, bankruptcy, Mel.
Abdul and Moore.
Tanil's only 20 minutes away from me. But
Is it actually on a proper
it's a full-on
steep
mountain.
slope?
So, you know where the pub is, yeah?
Yeah.
If I drive forward like 50 yards, I'll fall off and die.
But the problem is, right, because they're on top of a big, massive mountain, fucking no one can rescue them. Surely they can, they have shovels or something just to scoop it all out.
Yeah, boy, it's driving up there, innit?
But is it not worth walking down hours rather than staying in a pub with randomers, right? You're all stuffy, no shower, disgusting, right? Wonderwall on repeat, fucking shit song that.
Fucking sick song, that, man.
No, I don't even know what song it is.
Wonderwall.
What is it?
You don't know Wonderwall?
No, I don't. Hum it.
When you hear it, you'll know it, innit?
Well, what does it go like?
Today's gonna be the day that I'm gonna throw it back to you.
Oh, actually, yeah. And then that one, innit?
Yeah.
Everybody. Yeah. I wouldn't want to be up there, not at this moment. If we're dying in the attic here, right?
Innit?
Imagine what the upstairs is like.
Yeah, they keep it warm though. They have nice coffee and that.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Coffee's gonna keep you warm.
Yeah, and they got central heating.
Yeah, but you got central heating is clearly not fucking working, is it?
It's not turned on, that's why.
Although those in the pub were eventually able to leave after spending 3 nights there, Storm Arwen managed to leave havoc in its wake. Jade and Neil.
Well, there's two things. Who the fuck called it Storm Arwen? Because I've never heard of the name Arwen
I've
before.
never heard the name Arwen neither.
Secondly, remember when the electricity went off? Jean, our little tiny baby, at 1 o'clock in the morning was going, feed me hot milk, and our electricity was off.
Mum did tell me the next day the gas hob would still have worked, so you could have boiled some water there, but he wasn't waiting for that, was he?
We gave him one of those little tiny, little crap little cold bottles of milk, and he was like,
yeah, so he had a pre-mixed
do not
one.
feed me that.
By that point, I'd laid in bed the whole night thinking, right, what are we going to do without electricity? Has anybody else in our town got electricity?
I thought, Jade, right, when the electricity was off, right, is so much for the Northern Powerhouse. If anything, there was no power in our shitty house.
There was no power in our house.
There was absolutely nothing happening.
No, there wasn't.
And I think, very much like the coronavirus, right, I think Storm Arwen was made by the system to fuck the North up.
Well, right? It did. It worked.
And for 6 hours, there's no point in living.
Karen and Jill.
Wee pockets of places had it, but we were all right.
We were
East
fine.
Coast got absolutely battered, and even still up there in Aberdeen, they're only just getting their power back.
I seen an Asda petrol sign get blown over.
Oh, just reminded me of when Hurricane Bobag hit.
Aye, that changed us all.
And I just thought, that's a brilliant name. And the one that made me crack up, I always remember, was Hurricane Frank.
Oh.
I mean, Frank, the most inoffensive name ever.
Actually, sounds really polite, doesn't
it? Oh, I'm really sorry, but I'm just going to rip your garden up. But don't mind me.
Jade and Neil.
Do you know that you can name your own storm? You can apply to the Met Office, because I know somebody who's had a storm named after her. They're not just random names that they pick, they're named after genuine people.
So when is Storm Neil going to be a thing?
When you ask them to be.
Surely, if there's a storm with a really bad attitude but has really good knowledge of things that people don't want to know about, it's Storm Neil. I think Michael Fish said every storm has an attitude, bad or good.
So do you reckon if there was a really well-organised storm, they could name that after me?
So, yeah, the storm makes things happen.
Do you know what? There's been a Storm Neil.
And what was his attitude?
Tropical cyclone.
Was it poor?
Neil. It had a short life in the southwestern Pacific Ocean.
Hang on, you're not reading my palm.
It developed on February the 9th and dissipated on February the 10th. Yeah, gives up easily.
One day.
Sounds just like you.
Yeah.
NASA's Aqua satellite captured an image of the storm that...
God, it looks as ugly as me. Look at the state of that.
Oh, well, do you know what? There's no point, is there? What's the point?
Do you not like this anymore now that it's not giving you a very flattering reflection?
Yeah. All storms
started
rubbish.
one day, gave up soon after. That sounds exactly like you.
This week, the Collins Dictionary unveiled its new word of the year. Francis and Mel.
The new word of the year now, right, is NFT. NIFT. That's the new word of the year, that is.
What does it mean?
Non-fungible token.
Well, I've never heard any bugger saying that. Well, I would have thought fungal was something with your feet.
Fungal is fungible.
Oh, fungible. But you said fungible.
Oh, well, I don't know what I said, but it's NFT. I've never heard of it. The definition is a unique digital...
Is that in the dictionary?
It's going to be certificate registered in a blockchain that is used to record ownership of an asset such as artwork and a collectible.
Mel, I haven't understood a word you said.
No, me.
Max and Shell.
Non-fungible token.
What's fungible?
Adjective. Fungible. Of goods contracted for without an individual specimen being specified. Close bracket. Replaceable by another identical item. Semicolon. Mutually interchangeable.
How can you have something that's not specified and have something identical to something that's not specified? So how can they replace it with something identical?
Non-fungible. No, they're not replaced by something identical. They're
It
non-fungible.
says replaceable by another identical item.
That's fungible. Non-fungible is irreplaceable. This is the great mystery of the internet.
Oh, do you know what? They're just taking the piss.
Abdul and Moore.
NFT. 3 random letters with no vowels.
No fucking time.
No, NFT is that, you know, when you can buy a picture and only you own it.
Where did the year's COVID, man?
Huh?
COVID.
No, that was probably last year, bro.
Where did this year as well?
No, it's NFT.
Who gives a shit about that?
That's the word of the year, I swear.
I got bored listening to you, I just zoned out.
Bro, NFT, right, is this shit
Don't
image
explain
thing.
it again, I don't care, man.
Word of the year, I reckon, should have been...
The word of the year.
Word of the year should have been Mo Salah, because he's earned the Ballon d'Or, but he's robbed of it.
Jade and Neil.
That Madonna picture where she's under the bed with a bum out, is that an NFT?
No, because no one describes it that way. That's why I don't understand how it's the most popular or the most used word of the year, because I haven't heard anyone use it until I heard it has been entered into this Hall of Fame.
Is this the cool kids dictionary where it's like a different one to
I
what
don't
we
think
use
that cool kids and dictionary usually come into the same sentence. What I'm saying is, who have you heard using it?
Apart from you just now, nobody. I'd feel ashamed if I used it in public.
Well, you wouldn't be using it because you know what it means.
Francis and Mel.
On a Valentine's card, you'd put SWALK, sealed with a loving kiss.
Oh, wow, you was buggers,
and then if you got a bit risque, you'd put Burma, be undressed ready, my angel.
You didn't put that on Dad's card?
I did.
That's disgusting. What was the other one, Em? Blancmange.
Well, we used to say blancmange.
Oh, you are? And you're saying about you lot being posh in them days?
I tell you.
And you're calling it blancmange?
I tell you why, because that's how it was read,
yeah,
blancmange.
but you're just saying how posh you was in your day.
I never said I was posh.
Oh, yes, you did. You were educated, you said. Yeah. And now you're calling it blancmange.
Well, I was only about 6 or 7, and blancmange. That's what it's...
God, you just
write it on a bit of paper now and see blancmange.
Blancmange.
Jade and Neil.
What's the word that really winds you up when it's used in the wrong context?
It's not so much the wrong context, but it's using the wrong word. When people say, when they want to say, I genuinely believe in something, but they say, I generally believe in it.
Yeah.
And they do it all the time.
Oh, God.
And people don't pull them up. Another one is when people say could of instead of could have.
Oh, that's just basic English.
I can't stand it.
Can I throw in my tuppence with?
Yeah.
This is more of a written word thing. When people say en route, instead of en, they put like en route.
Yeah.
I could literally...
They don't understand what the
could literally get a fork and just stab it in my eyes when
you
people
see
do
that on Facebook all the time.
Yeah, but I sometimes think people like to do it because they think they're really funny.
No, they don't. They do it because they're thick, Neil. But this really winds me up. People seem to have started to think that separate words like a lot are one word, and they'll type it as one word. Thank you. I've seen thank you made into one word.
What about toilet paper?
No, that's never made into one word, surely.
I'm just saying, is that an example of what somebody would put on the same thing?
No, I'm talking about the absolute simple basics of language.
Teabag?
In the wake of Peppa Pig Gate, it was reported that Chancellor Rishi Sunak could be forced to walk out of government amid claims he is frustrated at the maelstrom of chaos in Number 10. Jade and Neil.
Rishi Sunak and all of his front benches, they've got so many opportunities to bury Boris Johnson, proper bury him in the ground, but they never seem to do it.
I feel like they're on the verge of doing it.
Is it because if they strongly oppose him that their thing to be Prime Minister is going to be diluted or what?
No, I feel like it's a bit like that, that show Succession, where in order to hijack the company or the government, as they might need to do, you have to play a game where you daren't say to somebody, shall we oust him? You can't just come out and say it because you need to know you've got support. So you've got to test the water with people for months on end and play the long game. And I do feel like that's what they must be doing at the moment.
Gemma and Liv.
I feel like Boris is the frontman of a really shit band.
Yeah.
And he's come in like, oh my gosh, I'm the best singer ever. I'm going to get us all the greatest gigs in the world and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So they've hired this frontman thinking, brilliant, he's going to be like Freddie Mercury. And he's come on and he's actually not performed very well. And now the band are thinking, he's shit. Maybe one of us should be the singer because we'd probably do a better job. So now Rishi's probably thinking, I can sing a tune. Let me get in there. Let me take over.
Listen, they kissed his arse for quite a long time because I suppose he is the boss. You're not going to be an arsehole and be like, get him out. But now I think the world is realising, the UK is realising that there's so much shit falls out of his mouth that if you're working underneath him, you're naturally going to look like shit. So no matter what good work you do, having a leader above you that's just delivering constant, stupid bullshit, you're going to look like an idiot. So imagine you are giving a public speech, right? And you're standing up there, so you're Rishi, right? And you're going, right, guys, I want world peace, I want this. And then you let your 5-year-old daughter come up and she goes, I just pooed in my pants. It gets rid of all the good work you've just spoke about, and that's all people will talk about. And that is essentially the relationship between Rishi and Boris. He does all this good work and Boris comes in and goes, Peppa Pig.
Max and Shell.
Sunak might actually shrink at the thought of being Prime Minister. He might think, no chance, I'm better off doing what I'm doing. I don't know why they actually go into especially someone like Sunak. His father-in-law is a multi-billionaire businessman.
Why would you make a twat of yourself being a Prime Minister?
Why would you go into this? Maybe his intentions are good and he thinks I can actually sort out the finances of Britain.
Abdul and Moore.
Rishi Sunak
She's a dickhead, isn't it?
No, it's a man. You're on about Priti Patel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's the guy who like made like furlough a thing and that and gave everyone a chance to sort of live their life through.
Where's he from? India?
Bro, he's only fucking half an hour down the road.
Is he Indian?
Yeah, he's Indian. Anyway, apparently he's had enough of Boris.
Yeah.
Which I'm not surprised about because fucking everyone's had enough of him. Well, I have anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know about you.
Vote Labour, man.
Nah, I did vote Labour. It didn't fucking work, did it?
You got to vote?
Yeah. I'm
Why
older
didn't
than...
I?
Huh?
Why didn't I get to vote?
Because you're a little bairn, that's why.
When did we vote? Did I vote? I don't even know.
No, you probably got the chance to vote and then didn't vote because you're like too lazy sleeping or something. Probably
Maybe.
slept in the poll station or something.
Yeah, that one vote ain't going to make a difference anyway, is it?
Yeah, but that's what everyone says. But if 10,000 people said that, there'd be 10,000 less votes, you dickhead.
MashaAllah, but there.
Max and Shell.
Boris might have actually engineered a situation whereby Sunak is waiting in the wings.
Would you show yourself up that big though? I mean, would you really look like a complete arsehole? Just to think, oh yeah, it's just easier just to be an arsehole and let somebody else take over. I can't be bothered anymore.
He seems to have done it before and he's always come back stronger.
Yeah, he has, like. Oh,
he was well respected as the Mayor of London. They loved him for the bikes, the Boris bikes and stuff like that. And he's done umpteen different things. I mean, that stupid thing where he was strapped up, he looked like a stuck pig. And he was...
with the helmet on and all.
Yeah, it just looked ridiculous. It just looked ridiculous. But he knew it looked ridiculous. He's not a fool.
Francis and Mel.
Mel, none of them are any good. They're all conspirators. That's all they care about is themselves. What's in it for me?
The power. Oh, I don't like her now. I won't put the telly on her when Rishi's on.
Well, just put the sound off. Hey.
And I don't like it.
What's his name?
Rishi.
Caesar. No, Caesar. How many of them his friends
in the
stepped
back.
up? That's it.
So that's what we'll call him now, Caesar and Brutus.
That's it.
With the emergence of the new COVID variant Omicron, this week the government reintroduced the mandatory wearing of masks. Jade and Neil.
I like the way that, was it Saturday where the government went, wear a mask, but wait until Tuesday because Sunday is obviously the day of rest, and even COVID, as it's Sunday dinner on a Sunday, it's going to be too full. Monday might have go for a run, have a rest, but on Tuesday it's back to work again.
Well, they have to give you 48 hours notice, don't they, if any changes. But
only works 5 days a week, COVID.
When everyone's got a house full of masks now, you think they just say, can you start wearing them tomorrow, please? It'll be law on Tuesday, but just do it from tomorrow.
Are they giving the virus for it? Look, we know you're deadly. Can you just calm down a little bit?
It's about mandating things that they can't do it in an instant. I mean, I don't know why people, like I say, why people need that much warning. Fair enough, they can't make it a legal requirement for a while, but just tell people to do it straight away.
It's not hard, is it?
Francis and Mel.
In all fairness to Mark Drakeford, he's kept us doing it.
But people are going to rebel.
Yeah, no,
they are not.
They said they're going to review it now again in 3 weeks, and when's 3 weeks?
Christmas.
Just before Christmas again, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's Omicron, I think it's called, or Omicron. But they were saying that it is different symptoms to what the normal one.
Is it worse than any of the ones we got?
No, at the minute it seems quite mild. They said very, very lethargic.
Yeah. Oh Christ, I must have it then.
You've had it for 10 years before they knew about it. The woman in South Africa, they recognised it. She found that a child's heartbeat was going faster.
Oh God,
and that's how they recognised that it was this different variant.
Hey Mel, if my heart beats faster, I got a bloody pacemaker. What's going to happen to that?
Oh Jesus, you'll blow up, it will. Gone.
Oh, don't say that,
Omicron strikes with it.
Gemma and Liv.
Omicron reminds me of, do you know when you get some random guy in a foreign country and he messages and he's like, hello, you are beautiful face eyes, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, hello, you have beautiful face eyes. And then you don't reply. And then you get another message. Why you not reply? You're so beautiful. And then you ignore it.
I've never had messages like that.
Oh my God, look in your requests.
Maybe I don't have nice face eyes.
Trust me. Yeah, and then they'll persist and then they go, fuck you, ugly bitch, right? Then you leave it.
That escalated.
Then you leave it. And then the second variant comes back 6 months later. Hello, beautiful, how you doing? It reminds me of one of them randomers that slide into your DMs on Facebook. They're not your friend and you get a friend request. That is what COVID, the Delta and the Omicron. It's like a rejected man trying again and again to ruin your feckin' day.
Government also announced that there would be a dramatic acceleration of the booster vaccination programme, but as yet there was no mention of whether we'll be facing another lockdown. Francis and Mel.
I know doing it.
What doing what?
Locking up again. I had enough.
If they tell
so
you.
my mental health.
No, but come here. If they lock up, I'll have to come down here with Milo, Mel.
Mum, my mental health will suffer more if you bring you down here with me.
Well, I can't.
I couldn't handle it.
Well, you'll have to come up with me then.
I can't, Mum. I really can't. And see, yes, I'd rather face the virus face to face
numbers went down when we were in lockdown, man.
And then as soon as we come out, they went back up again. We can't live in lockdown, ma'am. We can't do it. It's against our human nature. Don't laugh at me. It's a serious situation. I can't be stuck in this house for 24 hours a day again on my own. We're 2 years into a pandemic. We're in the 21st century. They got rid of the Spanish flu quicker than us. This is still going on 2 years.
There wasn't as many people around.
Oh, don't be so stupid. There was horses and many people.
What about horses?
Horses?
You just said about horses.
I never mentioned horses.
What did you say then?
Oh my God, put it back in your own 18.
What did you say?
You told me 18, I never mentioned horses. I said there was loads of people.
And you said horses.
I never mentioned an horse.
What's a horse?
Jade and Neil.
They're sort of saying, get your booster jab, otherwise Christmas is going to be shit. So they're already blaming us. They're already blaming us for a potential Christmas lockdown.
Hang on. Christmas will never be shit. Have you never heard the phrase, the magic of Christmas? And whatever happens, Jade, throughout time, throughout Christianity, since the made-up Jesus was born in the year 0, every single Christmas has been magical. Regardless of the troubles we've had, wars, with the famines, with all disease, Christmas will always be a magical time of year.
There's certain sections of society that you can try telling that to, and I think they disagree.
Right, carry on. Sorry to interrupt.
So, your fault, not ours. Not our fault for not sharing the vaccine with the rest of the world when we had the opportunity to do it. Allowing these variants to develop. It's your fault, as usual, you absolute plebs.
Max and Shell.
I don't think he would dare lock Christmas down, to be fair. I really don't.
It's a massive vote loser, isn't it?
Yeah, massive one. And that's the crux of the matter, isn't it, really?
People are just wanting to return to normality.
Even if we should lock down, I don't honestly think Boris Johnson will ask us to do it because, like you say, it's a vote loser.
When it came to the new governmental measures, some people didn't take too well to being told what to do and filmed themselves protesting on the tube. Jade and Neil.
Have you seen the video that was doing the rounds this morning of Jeremy Corbyn's brother?
I haven't seen it.
Piers Corbyn.
I haven't seen it.
So anyway, they're singing a song, and basically they're singing the same thing over and over again. That's wearing a mask is like trying to keep a fart on your trousers.
Right?
And then they all join in, and they're walking down the carriage singing it, right? And at one point, they're chanting, "Do not comply, do not comply." And Piers Corbyn, towards the end, as if he's really rock hard, right? The camera pans to this sticker on the window about mask wearing, and he peels it off in the most pathetic way possible. He peels it off, right? And he's making up some shit about how, we're all controlled by the government and stand up for our rights.
What?
Honestly.
So Piers Morgan's come from Good Morning Britain?
Morgan, it's Piers Corbyn, you idiot.
Who's Piers Corbyn?
Jeremy Corbyn's brother, I told you.
Oh, I don't know who these fucking assholes are.
Piers Morgan, imagine Piers Morgan. Piers Corbyn is an anti-lockdown, anti-mask protester.
Is he suggesting he wears a mask on his anus and then takes it off and then has a big pump and then it's... What?
No, he's saying a mask, because air can still get through your mask, or... infection or whatever, virus particles can still potentially get through your mask. He's saying that you might as well try and keep a fart in your trousers, because obviously it doesn't stay in your trousers, it comes out into the atmosphere.
Give me that Screaming Lord Sutch from that bloody...
Monster Raven party.
Give me him every day of the week against Piers Morgan and all his mates.
Not Piers Morgan, it's Piers Corbyn.
Who's Piers Corbyn?
Jeremy Corbyn's brother, oh my God.
I've never heard of Piers Corbyn.
Oh my God, Neil.
Karen and Jill.
I've been in the tube once or twice, and the only thing I hated it. The only thing would have made it worse is if someone started farting around me. And I bet they sit and do that in the tube.
You could have worked out the opposite way if you were for masking. And what you would do, you would just get up and have a mass flash fart. And then it would be so smelly you'd have to put a mask on.
A flash fart.
A flash fart.
A flash fart is something I'd never thought I'd ever hear in my life.
This week, a new survey by property website Rightmove confirmed that Northumberland market town Hexham was the happiest place to live in Britain. Max and Shell.
It's won again for the second time in 3 years.
Yeah, but they've all got quite a bit of money up there, aren't they? So you're going to be happy.
Yeah, you're going to be happy if you're buckled.
Poked up.
Yeah, yeah. You'd have thought though, there's loads of other places that are buckled, aren't there? And they're not as allegedly happy as the people of Hexham.
Yeah, but you're not going to get any scumbags up there, are you?
You don't know, do you? You don't know.
They're not get the likes of the council estates like us.
No, you won't.
It's just an award for posh twats, probably voted by posh twats on the Rightmove survey. It's so they can sell the house and get more money.
Yeah.
Francis and Mel.
In the top 10, number 5 was Llandudno Odd Wells.
Yeah.
Number 7 was Monmouth.
Yeah.
And number 9 was Anglesey. And why are you Merthyr up there? Just because we haven't got councils now with loads of money.
The council got plenty of money, Mel,
but they won't give it to us and spend it and
Well, what we'll have to do, we'll have to start a petition.
Oh, don't wind me up now, because
Yes,
I'll be down
petition
there.
and put Merthyr Tydfil in for the happiest
Well, I'm
place.
going to write to a right move now.
Yes.
And I want to know why Merthyr went up there.
That's it.
So,
Very
up to
pretty
Welsh.
place, that. Well,
Yeah.
yes.
Do you know what would be a nice one now? Is Llanfaid, Porthgwingo, go Gerith, Windrobo, Llantysilio, go, go, go. And double L in Welsh is...
In America, a recent poll suggested that in 5 key swing states, Donald Trump was ahead of President Biden by several points, fueling speculation that the former Republican leader may run again in 2024. Francis and Mel.
These were the ones he was waiting on last time. I think it was Pennsylvania that broke him last time. I'm sure it
Well,
was.
I hope they'll break him this time, Mel.
He lost Pennsylvania, I remember that.
Yeah.
Because it was on the Real Housewives. I remember that. Carol was doing the campaign, she hated him. She was doing it for Hillary. And she, what do they do when they go round? You know, like
Canvassing.
Canvassing in Pennsylvania.
Look at the shit you watch.
But things like that stick in your head, innit?
That's
There's a lot of
stupid
facts.
things, Mel.
Well, I just you didn't know he lost Pennsylvania.
Mel, I hope
Wherever
you
I
don't
got-
let people know you watch that rubbish.
I love it. Will he run or will he not? Come on, we have a little wager here now.
That is the question, Mel.
Yes, so what
That
you
is
say,
the
yes or no? Yes, because he thinks he's going to win. No, because he's frightened he's not going to win.
I don't think he'd be frightened, he's too thick.
Yes or no? Just,
Yes, I'll say yes.
You will say yes.
Yes, I'll say yes.
And I got a feeling he will as well.
Well, you can't if you've got a wager on.
Well, we both can say yes. I think he'd run again. Yes.
All right.
And I overrule.
Gemma and Liv.
The whole reason he ran in the first place, let's be honest, was a bit of a joke. I watched an interview once, right? And he said, if I was ever going to run for party, he said, I'd run for the Republican Party because they're the stupidest people and they believe everything. He's literally gone and already announced that you're all idiots and you're going to vote for me. And he was right. So if he's going to call people idiots, they're going to vote for him. He's going to get in power once. It'll happen again.
Oh, yeah. What qualifications has he got to be the president?
There is no... Kanye West tried to run.
It doesn't happen here. You have to have qualifications, don't you?
Can you imagine,
Prime
like,
Minister?
Lee Evans?
Yeah.
I quite fancy being Prime Minister. Why not? In all seriousness, though, because Donald was so like vocal everywhere, whereas Biden is just kind of your peaceful little turn up when I need to, and I'll deal with the stuff in the background. Whereas Donald Trump would be like, guys, today I wiped my ass. Thank you. I wiped my own ass. He definitely has some fake catfish accounts. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And
yeah.
He's tweeting, Joe Biden is an asshole. I heard his shit stinks.
He just wants to be the most powerful man in the world.
Yeah.
And that comes with being the president. Whereas Biden perhaps...
Just wants to stay alive for a few more days.
Yeah.
Jade and Neil.
I think he just loved thinking he was the American equivalent of James Bond. He thought it was Chuck Bond. So his next mission might be, he's thinking, hang on, Joe Biden's James Bond? I don't think so. He's like, Sean Connery was Bond twice. He wants to be Sean Connery and be Bond again.
If he became president again, if he was re-elected, would they let him back on Twitter?
Do you want to know a fact about American presidents?
I asked you a question and you've just totally ignored
No,
me.
I haven't. No, I haven't.
Right.
My question is more interesting than your question.
You cheeky fucking bastard.
There's been 45 American presidents, but they say
Oh my God, I'm falling asleep already.
Yeah,
Last minutes before.
Jade, again, just because it's like Christmas time doesn't mean that knowledge has to sleep. They say there's been 46 because there's only been one re-elected president. So it's highly unlikely.
You said this the other day.
Yeah.
Have you found out who that president was yet?
I think it's Gerald Ford, but I might be wrong.
So what you're telling me is you've bored me with the same story
hang
twice,
on,
right?
no,
and you haven't even bothered to find out the facts in between.
Jade, you know that I do not have the decency to research my facts, right?
Yeah,
okay.
I know.
So most of my facts are probably made up, but the likelihood is that Donald Trump's not going to get re-elected because it's only happened once in 45.
Yeah, but how many
presidencies.
people have ran again?
Doesn't matter.
It does really, doesn't it?
He can run
it
again.
might
He's
only
not-
be highly unlikely because nobody else has really bothered. My question was more interesting, Neil. If he's
It
re-elected, will Twitter let him back online?
I'm more interested in presidents'
You're more interested in
policies than having a
a
social
fact
media
that you
account.
can't even be asked to find out the truth behind. Okay.
Max and Shell.
I would place a bet that he won't run again. I think his ego would stop him.
I think it might finish him off.
The thought of losing another election would crush him.
I think he will run again because I think his ego is far too big not to let him do it. Right now, I think he's sat in his big fat leather chair, stroking a big fat furry white cat, with cowboy boots on, shorts,
With a
hot
MAGA.
pants,
With
hot
a
pants, not shorts.
A MAGA hat.
Yeah, and a
Two
little,
A's at the end
some
of it.
leather chaps. and a cigar, and just thinking, how can I rule the world?
Thoughts this week turned to the festive period, as many of us began the annual ritual of putting up our Christmas trees. Jade and Neil.
When people get annoyed about people putting their trees and decorations up early, I just think, oh, you must have so little joy in your life, you poor bastard. If someone's lights on their house piss you off, you must lead a particularly miserable life.
It's one of the very few things that I'm quite happy with.
Yeah, it is one of the few things that you'll embrace and you're not going to be
I don't mind
misery about, innit?
In Christmas, you know what, Jade? I come alive. I live and die by Cliff Richard's I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day.
It's not Cliff Richard's song.
Yeah, it is.
No, it isn't.
Of course it is.
It's Wizard. Cliff Richard did Mistletoe and Wine and the Millennium Prayer.
The Millennium Prayer. Oh, what a song that is, by the way.
You're definitely pissed.
Francis and Mel.
They reckon put new decorations that makes you feel happy. People say, oh, we've gone up now, is something wrong with you?
There is something wrong with you, Mel, because you'll have them up 12 weeks before Christmas and take them down Boxing Day.
Yeah, because they lose their sparkle after Christmas morning.
So if they move Christmas now to January the 9th, they wouldn't lose their sparkle for
it's
them.
the build-up, innit? I like the build-up. And then once you open your presents Christmas morning, you look at the decorations and they won't be sparkling like that. They're gone all dim. In Scandinavia and all that, they got a word for this now. You know, like the warm feeling of Christmas and all the smells and that. And it makes you feel happy.
Yes.
It's called hygge. Look at the paint. That's all sparkly.
Yeah.
And that gives me a hygge feeling.
Falake and Sade.
I usually put my Christmas tree up on the 26th of December.
The day after Christmas.
I go away for Christmas and I do Boxing Day in my house.
Everybody's rules are different. The whole point is just having it in the house.
It's messy. It's all over my floor. I can't stand it.
Oh, because you want the real tree.
Yeah,
you want to have the real tree. Why didn't you just buy a fake tree? The fake trees aren't messy.
I have no storage for it. Where do I put it for the rest of the year?
Fair enough.
Spend so much money buying it just to throw it out.
Yeah, so you want a real tree, but the real trees are messy, so then you just have it for the day on Boxing Day, then you throw it out. Yeah. Fair enough. You're not very festive.
Karen and Jill.
You've taught me to be really OCD about a Christmas tree. Like, everything has to be in the right place.
Oh.
Everything has to be perfect. No tinsel in the tree.
No tinsel.
Makes it look tacky.
Tinsel's tacky. And then your balls, there's a knack of hanging balls. I have a wee mishmash of colours, but I don't have too many colours. And I have different size balls. So you have big balls, wee balls, and they just go different bits of the tree.
I don't even know what you're talking about anymore.
Abdul and Moore.
For our lot, right? All the fucking weddings and engagements and shit happen on Christmas Day.
Is it?
Well, I've been to two, I think, in my lifetime, and there's already one happening this Christmas Day.
Is it fucking hell,
Piss
man?
take, man. How many people's presents do I have to buy? Not for Christmas, because we don't celebrate, for wedding anniversary and that, man. To me, Christmas is Terry's orange fucking mocha.
Orange?
Terry's orange. You know Terry's orange? Orange. Chocolate orange.
Chocolate orange?
Yeah? Do you know it?
No.
You know the orange flavoured chocolate?
Orange flavoured chocolate?
What? You actually don't know what Terry's orange is?
Nah, man. Chocolate,
What the
that's
fuck?
right.
How do you not know what Terry's orange is? Everyone knows what that is.
I don't eat a lot of chocolate in it. I know like Galaxy and that.
You're weird, you.
Gemma and Liv.
Do you put your Christmas tree up yet?
Yeah.
Did you put it up yourself?
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't do that. It can hurt. You're meant to put it in your living room. You put it up yourself, it's very, very sore. I wondered why I couldn't get the star on top.
I don't see what the harm is. I think it brings people pleasure to put your Christmas tree up to...
Yeah, I don't know about you, Liv.
Probably should have thought about that before I said it. But you know what I mean? It brings people happiness, let's use that, because Christmas is such a lovely time of the year for most people. I appreciate that not everyone has nice Christmases, but it is a lovely time of the year, and I feel like, why can't we enjoy it? Why can't I put my Christmas tree up in November?
I got a question for you, right? When obviously this time of year starts to happen and like certain things come on, ads and music and decorations, what is the one thing that you see, watch, hear or do that you go, shit, it's Christmas?
If I hear one particular Christmas song that apparently I've heard is now going to be banned.
Please tell me it's not Fairy Tale in New York.
Yeah.
No, they just changed the words, which is a load of shite. I know what you're on about. The thing is, right, you scumbag, you maggot, you cheap, lousy faggot. We're both gay. Does it bother you?
No. That is actually the one bit, I think, that of the song that no matter who you are, that is the part of the song that everyone sings, because it's the most famous line. If people get offended by it, then there's so much more things you can get offended by. If I hear that song, you can't help but think it is Christmas, it's Christmas now, and that song is amazing.
Do you know what's so funny is that the Irish always manage to make everything better.
Overheard this week, Abdul and his mate Mo, Falake and her mum Sade, Francis and her daughter Mel, Gemma and her friend Liv, Jill and her mum Karen, Jade and her fella Neil, and Max and his missus Shell. Life This Week, a new podcast every Friday, and check out our daily animations across Instagram, Facebook, Twitter and TikTok. Life This Week is part of the Acast Creators Network.